Hello everybody, Ragtag Sagby here. Welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we read some stories, and in this episode, we're gonna find out what the other reward is from delivering this letter. First, I came here to the observatory because you can see this animation while the moon is falling. Go look at Skull Kid. You can see he's doing his animation when he's bringing the moon down. You only get to see this during the final hours. Now there is a glitch involving this telescope where if you time it just right, where the timer at the bottom hits 0, just as I think you're either going in or out of the telescope, you will technically go into a 4th day, but no NPCs will be loaded and the game will crash as soon as any text comes up that would display the time. So an interesting glitch. I believe this was fixed in the 3DS version, but yeah, you can do it in I think almost any Nintendo version of this game, including Switch Online. But anyway, let's go and deliver this letter. So we took it directly to Cafe's mother the first time, so what happens if we get the letter delivered to her? By the way, I hope you liked listening into the end of the world theme when we were waiting for Cafe. Anyway, but first I want to go into the sword house, because if you come here, the sword master is not here. I'll be on vacation for a short while. Please don't look for me. Well, if you come here and cut this, you'll find a hidden storage area. And here he is cowering. I'm scared. I can't take it. I don't want to die. So yeah, he's absolutely scared and he's hiding in this secret storage area, not wanting to die. That is pretty dark. Anyway, if we go next door to the postman, you'll see him on the floor or in agony. If you read this letter, you can understand his plight. Yeah. To myself, you've been doing a great job delivering the mail. I have a request for my hard-working self. All the townsfolk has taken refuge. I want to flee. I want myself to flee too. Even if it's not written on the schedule, I want myself to flee, please, from me. So he sent a letter to himself asking himself to flee. If we check on the postman himself. Oh, I want to flee, but it's not written on the schedule. To me, the delivery schedule, it's the highest priority. So yeah, even though he's written a letter to himself asking himself to flee, because he is so dedicated to his job and his schedule doesn't mention anything about fleeing, he is basically in agony and willing to die because he's following to his schedule. So how about we give him one last letter to deliver. This is priority mail seal. This is the highest of priorities. I shall deliver it. So he'll go, take a very slow jog to go and get changed. An extremely slow jog. Now I love this. He pulls up the curtain so that way he can get changed, but the only thing that changes about him is that he puts on his bag and hat. I don't know if he's basically considered naked when he's changing into his clothes, because it's not like the entire outfit changes. It's just he just puts on the hat and bag. I don't know if you needed to pull the curtain up for that. But anyway, let's go watch him do his delivery. While we listen to the world ending around us. Let's escort him and make sure he gets to where he needs to be. Oh, by the way, let's make sure we get our cow head ready, because even though the world is ending, they're not going to let you in if you don't have a cow on your head. Yes, we are a member. Here she is, postman. Deliver that letter. I have a delivery for you, postmistress. Oh my, it can't be. You're still here? Tomorrow's delivery schedule is still scheduled. What are you saying? Did you see the sky? It's terrible. But... Oh my. Well, what shall we do? It's from Cafe. It's priority mail. I'm so happy to think something good would come in the end. Thank you. You flee now. That's an order. Understood. So she has the letter. Let's see the postman outside, now that he's been given orders to abandon his schedule and flee. He should stop running any moment now for you to speak to him. You gonna stop, buddy? I have decided to flee. It is an order from the postmaster. I am free now. I can set my own schedule. I don't need this anymore, so here, I'll let you have it. And he gives us his hat, the postman's hat, which is the final mass. Well, technically second to last mass, but yeah. This hat is considered a mass for some reason. This dignified hat allows you to check the mail. Just use it, just put it on, and it might just suit you. You saved a troubled old public servant. This has been added to your notebook. And there he goes, prancing away, because he's free to live his life however he shall chooses as he phases through the guard. There we go, looks a little less awkward, but look at him go! Run, postman, run! Run somewhere safe. So the hat has immediate use. Like it said, let's put it on, which looks really weird in the back because Link's basically wearing it on top of the of his other hat. And check a mailbox. You're doing a great job, cha-ching! Some other item other than a letter has been deposited, cha-ching! And with that, we get a heart container. So we have one heart left to get, which technically we've gotten all the heart containers we can currently get. So let's travel back in time one final time. If I can get the song right. So now, for this cycle, I am going to be off-screen, collecting various items and whatnot to get myself ready. Because now we've done practically everything. We need to get ready to face Skull Kid. Because if we check our book, we can see we've helped everybody. We've got the Bomber's Notebook from the Bombers. We've helped Anju make sure that she stays in town long enough for Cafe to get back. And we helped Cafe get his mask back so the two could marry. Man from the Curiosity Shop, he gave us Cafe's mask and was helping Cafe the entire time. The Bomb Lady, we helped her, stopping Sakon from robbing her. Romani, we helped her face off against those ghostly aliens. Her sister Camilla, we made sure that she got her milk into town. The mayor, we helped him out by wearing the lover's mask, which made it so that way everyone now has a choice whether they choose to stay or flee. Madame Aroma, we made sure that we looked for her son Cafe and also make sure she got the letter from Cafe. Toto, we helped him with his sound test. Gorman, we helped cheer him up and have him keep up doing his work as a performer. The postman, we helped out by making sure that he's free from his schedule, so he's no longer bound by his schedule. The Rosa sisters, we helped them helped them with a new dance that should be popular. The question mark, the person living in the inn, we helped him by giving him some form of toilet paper. Anju's grandmother, we listened to all of her stories. Kamo, we've made sure we teach the dance to people that would spread his dance, being the dancers. Grog, we helped him by making sure he could see his chickens grow up before the end of the world. The Gorman brothers, we beat in the race and hopefully maybe make them go in the straight and narrow. Shinto, we save his life from eternal obscurity by taking away the stone mask from him and healing him. And Guru, we helped him by making him admit to his guilt of stealing the Baron's mask. Now, before I end the episode, I want to show off everything the Happy Mask Salesman can say about these masks. Now, I forget if he comments on transformation masks. Because I know he comments on every other mask. Oh, you were able to get Majora's mask back? Done it, I keep telling you. Does he not comment on transformation masks? Oh, here we go. Oh, that shape. You have the spirit of a Sora, who cannot be healed. So then, have you recovered? Yep. Yep, he'll always say this at the end of talking about a mask. Ah, yes, you have the spirit of a Goron who could not be healed. Yep, and then shut up about Majora. So let's see what he says to... Let's first take off the transformation mask. So let's see what he says to all the other masks in the game. Because he has a line of dialogue for each one. Why is that? That's the postman's hat, isn't it? That is a fine thing. It is filled with joy of freedom. You've done some good work. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mask. That mask. That's the All Nice mask, isn't it? That looks like an expensive mask. Unfortunately, that's not the mask I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mask. That mask. That's the Blast mask, isn't it? That is a fine mask, filling with feelings of gratitude that can explode. You've done some good work. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. Alright, I can't. That mass. That's the stone mass, isn't it? That is a fine mass, filled with the appreciation for things that go unnoticed. You have done some good work. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That's the Great Fairy's mass, isn't it? That is quite rare. Normally, you wouldn't be able to get one of those. Unfortunately, that is not the mass I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That's a Keaton's mass, isn't it? It carries a lot of nostalgia. It was popular with children long ago. Unfortunately, that is not the mass I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That is the Brandon's mass, isn't it? If you have that, then it would appear you have the qualities of a leader. Unfortunately, that is not the mass I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. Why is that? That's the bunny hood, isn't it? That is a fine thing. It's filled with the kindness towards animals. You've done some good work. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That's the Dongjuro mass, isn't it? That mass has a very operatic feel about it. Unfortunately, that is not the mass I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. Oh, take this off. That mass. That is the mass of sense, isn't it? You've done well to get that mass. Looking at its condition, I can tell that its previous owner was neat and tidy. Unfortunately, that is not the mass I'm looking for. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That's the Romani mass, isn't it? That is a nice mass. It is a sentimental item that excludes a lot of maturity. You've done some good work. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That is the circus leader's mass, isn't it? That is a fine mass. It is filled with the feelings of tenderness left behind in the back of one's heart. You've done some good work. Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That's the cafe mass, isn't it? The worries of a concerned mother is expressed quite well in that mass. Unfortunately, that is not the mass I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I am counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That is the couple's mass, isn't it? That is truly a very fine mass. It's overflowing with powerful feelings of love and gratitude. You have done some good work. You went to a great deal of trouble, didn't you? Keep up the pace. I'm counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That is the mass of truth, isn't it? You have a frightful mass, but being able to see into people's hearts and minds seems useful. Unfortunately, that is not the mass I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I am counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That's the Kamo's mass, isn't it? That is a fine mass. It is filled with joys of a teacher has in finding a good student. You've done some good work. Keep up the pace. I am counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That's the Gibdo mass, isn't it? That is a fine mass. It is filled with the love of a father and child. You've done some good work. Keep up the pace. I am counting on you to get my mass. That mass. That is the Goro's mass, isn't it? If you have that mask, you must be one with quite a bit of courage. Unfortunately, that's not the mask I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I am counting on you to get my mask. And oddly enough, you can not wear the giant's mask. Okay. That mask. That's the captain's hat, isn't it? That is a splendid thing. It earns the respect of sworn allegiance of legions of soldiers. Unfortunately, that is not the mask I am looking for. Keep up the pace. I am counting on you to get my mask. So that's all the masks that he comments on. So with that, we'll end the episode here, and in the next episode, I will meet you when the end of the world's happening, so we can fight Skull Kid, as I need to take my time to get my preparations ready. So until then, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do like the video if you enjoyed. Try to get like 100 or so likes. And share the video so more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I will see you all next time. Later.